Hello. This is Mr. Walls here. I am doing this because I've been asked by several teachers within the ITV world to talk about script writing and what I believe is a successful way to write a script that helps students to make their scripts a little bit better. I truly believe that when you create a script, that you're telling a story. If you remember that you're telling a story, that script writing should help you to tell the story when you're creating the script. If you just do it to say you've completed it and there's no story flow in it, it's not really a good script. So I'm going to give you some pointers. You can write these things down and go from there. All right. So point number one is to start off with a hook. That's point number one. Start off with a hook. You want to hook your audience into your report. You have, I truly believe, and statistics have proven this, that the time frame that people are going to engage into what you're talking about is between 3 to 7 seconds. You have 3 to 7 seconds to engage your audience. Okay. And so you may say, what is a hook? So a hook is anything from a statement. It could be a question. It could be, a fact. A did you know? Something of that nature because you want to grab them. Necessarily saying your name isn't hooking me. Okay, necessarily saying your name is not really hooking me. Hey, I'm James, here to tell you about. I don't really care about your name. I want to know what do we get ready to listen to. So if you hook me with a interesting fact, if you hook me with a really good question, I'm more apt to listen to you versus you telling me your name. Okay. Second thing is your introduction. So I'm going from my hook to my introduction. You can now say your name, or you can go further into introducing the report, telling us a little bit more about what we're getting ready to hear about. Okay. Thirdly, okay, so we got your hook, we got your introduction, and now you want to do your the body of the report. The body of the report is just like an essay. It's just like a summary that you're putting together. Really more of an essay or a paper that you're writing. The body of the report, I encourage students to always have 3 to 5 points, 3 to 5 points that you want to drive home. My my long-winded people, if you're a really good script writer and you're more long-winded, you want to go for the 3 points. If you're not so long-winded, you want to lean towards the 5 points. Okay, and so you want to make sure you have those points. If you don't have those points, your report isn't going anywhere. Why are we listening to you? You've hooked me, you've introduced it, so now drive this home as to why this is a really good report. Now I want to throw something in there. You want to make sure you're creative. You want to make sure you're creative. We'll talk about that at the end. So I got my hook, I got my introduction, and I got the body, which I have 3 to 5 points. 3 to 5 main points that I'm going to drive home. After that, I then come up with the closing of my report, which for me, a really good report summarizes what we just heard. Okay? It summarizes what we just heard. To just say, hey, that's all I have, that's not summarizing what we just heard. So here it is. If I'm going to summarize it, now I'm going to give you a small review as to what was just said. Okay, so that's a summary. All right. Then so I got my hook, my introduction, the body of the report, the 3 to 5 main points that I'm driving home. I got my summary, and I always tell students to give a tagline. What's your tagline? At Lakeland Highlands for CVTV, it's I'm James reporting for CVTV. That's the tagline. Okay. You may come up with a cooler tagline than I'm James reporting for CVTV, or I'm James, or that's all I have for you today. I'm James reporting for CVT. You may come up with a lot like a cooler tagline that you can say. Okay. And so that to me is a really good report. But in that report, you want to be creative. You want to be creative. Plan out, and this may come with storyboarding. Plan out what kind of creative shots you want to do in this report. Plan out what kind of pictures, what kind of B-roll. I'm really trying to encourage students to be creative on their B-roll. Now you've got an idea of how to use pictures, but if you plan early, what if you got some of your friends to act out what you're talking about, to show more what you're talking about, to use props and illustrate what it is that you're talking about, so that you can keep me engaged in what you're talking about. It works. I promise you it worked. I've seen the most successful reporters in school world, TV, school world, ITV. I've seen the most successful reporters do this, and it worked for them. Okay, so if you have that script, now you're going to make it creative. You're going to add the B-roll. You're going to add the props. You're going to go for the costumes. Grab it all so that now you have me sitting at the edge of my seat, and I am interested in what you have to say. Listen, I hope this has helped someone. Again, my students who are watching this video, I really hope that you guys really take some good notes out of this. I don't want to bore you in class and talk about this, because I want you to take notes at home. I want you to take notes when you say, hey, I don't have nothing to do. You could put on some headphones and you could watch this video and you could take notes, because at this point, we don't have a lot of time to teach this in class. So I want you to take the time to do this. I took the time on a weekend with my George Jenkins volleyball shirt on to help you to be successful. All right. So I want to see these things added into your report. I want to see these added to your report. Those who are watching this around the county, around the world, who may be watching this video, and the replay of this video, listen, it will help your students. It will help you as a TV personnel. I hope that you got something out of it. And I've been on here way too long now. So I'm Mr. Walls reporting for CVTV. Good day.